Can you do the Snooker Loopy track?
Snooper, loopy,
Nuts.
chalky, walking. It's really weird not having anybody here. I was going to do a little cutout, like I was going to do a little smiley face. That would have been quite amusing.
The little popcorn.
Yeah.
Picture of her.
Little
Do you
curly
like
hair.
my glasses?
I like your glasses, but you don't need to wear them. Vanity's taken over you. Look at you.
I got fake glasses done.
Have you? I've got fake eyes.
Yeah. Real glasses.
Real glasses, but fake eyes.
Oh, I mean. Okay, so all of
It's not
you
the
guys...
only thing fake about me, because you're a fake baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
We need Nicky
Friday night. Lucy Van Grass, that's what I'm going to say to you.
Oh, this is going so well.
Isn't it? Nicky's gone for 5 minutes. Look, it's just...
Okay, so...
Yes.
Why are we here, James? Should we start with some papas?
Yeah, you go for the papas.
Papa, 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 papa.
Popcorn
Pundits.
Podcast.
Episode
17, I think.
It is 17.
Yeah, it is 17.
Yeah. You posted about how many films we've watched since we started doing that.
Yes, 20... Well, no, not since we started doing it. This year only. Just this year. Literally since...
Oh, my word.
Yeah, since January the 1st, we have watched 24 films at the cinema.
25 films
Yep.
at the cinema.
And 25 films that I've kind of counted that I've watched at home, but I'm sure I've seen a lot more than that.
Is that like my homework and stuff?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, so basically...
Yes, this is your Popcorn Pundits.
We are here because
Yes. Who are
James
you?
is basically... I'm Peter James Ungar.
Yes.
And who are you?
I'm James Michael Mulcrone.
You are.
Who are you? I'm Nicky Smart. What are you doing down there?
It does feel like there's something
I
missing.
know, well.
It is quite weird. So this is either going to be the shortest or the longest podcast
Yes.
ever.
I think won't be the best.
No, it won't.
No,
if we
but-
can get through the top 10 without ending up talking about, I don't know, about
Stuff.
Ugandan giraffes or something, then it'll be an absolute miracle.
Okay.
But, there we go.
So we're going to do. We are here to entertain you with your silver screened information about from this week. We're going to do the top 10 from this week.
Yep.
We're also going to be reviewing a film that we've seen this week, which was a preview of a film that nobody else has seen.
We saw a screen unseen, which are our favourite things.
Exactly. And then we're going to be looking at Peter's homework, seeing what he thought about it, and then issuing you with some brand new shiny homework to go home with.
Have you got any recommendations for the audience this week?
I will do, yes. Yeah, I will do. Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. Perfect. Okay, so this week's top 10 as of the 19th of February 2024.
Yes.
The website still has it
19th
wrong.
of February. No, it's not. It is the 22nd of
No,
February.
this is as of the 19th of February. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I normally ask you what the date is because this is a pre-record and you never get it right.
I never get it right.
Yeah, but that's right.
Oh, that's
Apart
right.
from the fact it's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Perfect. Number 10, All of Us Strangers. How many times have you seen it?
No, I've just seen it once.
Oh, right, okay.
But I want to see it again. I
you
want
were
to take
gonna go
my fabulous wife to go and see it.
Awesome. Number 9 is Anyone But You.
Haven't seen it.
And we're not going to.
No
And
intention
you're
of
definitely
seeing
not
it.
going to take your lovely wife to see that.
No. I might take somebody else's lovely wife.
Take mine. Number 8, Pepper's Cinema Party.
Is this the one where Peppa Pig goes into reality and starts marrying real people?
Yes, Barbie 2.
Yeah.
Yep, it's awesome. Number 7 is Mean Girls, which who knew?
I loved it.
I didn't. Number 6 is The Iron Claw. Oh, you're shiny.
I know. Yes. Dark.
Yeah, and still don't really know how I feel about it. I didn't get that 40 minutes to think about it, and do you know what? I'm not gonna put that time aside
if
now.
somebody had the choice between the two, I actually had somebody come to me after reading a review of our Popcorn Pundits, of the Iron Claw. I had a message from our mutual yogi friend Ellie.
Oh yeah.
And she texted me on Sunday, said, "I've just seen the Iron Claw. I'm never listening to your reviews anymore. I've cried all day."
Why? Because she loved it.
No, because she thought it was very sad, which it is a very sad film.
Yeah, it is very sad.
Thank goodness you didn't go and see All of Us Strangers.
Well, why did our review not reflect that? I thought we did kind of reflect that.
I think we did, but I think she went with high hopes, thinks it wasn't going to be sad.
Oh no, but then in that case you didn't listen to our review.
Exactly.
Well, I mean,
next time she's asking me to do Downward Dog, I'm not going to listen to her.
We did talk about the relationship between father and children and what a narcissistic arsehole he was.
Exactly. Listen.
Pay attention, Ellie,
Yes.
seriously.
What next number we got?
Wonka's gone back up to number 5.
Well, why wouldn't it?
Well,
mainly because people have been watching Timothy advertising June. Think about it. It sparked it off, hasn't it?
The trailers are getting better and better and better. I think Wonka is actually trying to mount attack on number 4, which is Argyle, because Argyle needs to be blasted out of this top 10 because it's a bag of shit.
It is awful.
It's so bad. Have you seen Madam
Web?
Web?
It promises so much and gives so much away. Takes it away.
It's awful.
Apparently, Madam Web is apparently the worst film. It's even worse than Argyle.
Well, is it worse than the Marvel? The Marvel was
it's worse than,
awful.
It's worse than all of them.
Yeah, I mean, Octopus Cats was the only good thing about the Marvels.
It was.
And that was number 3, Madam Web.
Yes.
Number 2 is Migration, which apparently is about a film about ducks.
Migrating.
Do you know what? That was my favourite bit of last week's podcast. When it dawned on you why that film was called Migration. Like,
who'd have thought ducks migrated? I mean, I didn't know they had the income for it, to be honest with you.
Love it. And then number 1, Bob Marley, One Love.
Yeah. Not too sure about that. It's the same as I'm not too sure about the new Amy Winehouse documentary as well.
No, so I think that looks really good. So the actress who's in that is in a film that we've seen really recently, and I think she's really good in it.
I'm sure she's great.
Yeah.
But I'm concerned where the film has come from and why it's been made.
Oh, check you.
I think her father's had a lot to do with it.
What, money?
Everything.
Should we tell Ellie that might be sad?
Spoiler alert, she dies at the end.
Weirdly, so does Bob Marley.
They're rubbish, aren't they?
Well, that's those two reviewed. Saved you 2 jobs there, guys.
Exactly. Yeah, spoiler alert. She's a ghost. So
love it. So on Monday night, we got to go to Maidenhead Odeon and see a screen unseen.
Would you like to explain to our listeners and viewers, hi out there in Music Land?
Hi, and
Music Land.
YouTube world, I think is what you meant.
YouTube world.
Yeah.
Would you like to explain how a screen unseen works and why it's so effing brilliant?
Yeah. So basically,
effing. You know that?
No, what that was.
I just didn't swear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, allow me to help you with that later on.
Exactly.
Okay, so basically a screen unseen is that you buy a ticket for the cinema and you're given a location and a time. Fuck.
Yeah.
And then I just did my Ron Burgundy. Carry on. And you buy a ticket and you don't actually know what film you're going to see.
You have no idea what the film is.
No. However,
they do give you clues.
You asked me to tell you what was that, and then you just chopped me off like you don't care. I'll get my mother onto you.
Sorry, Mum.
So, and then basically you sit down there, and then you kind of hope it's going to be something.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. And then you get given clues, which basically James and Nikki can work out because they're smart people, and I'm really stupid, so I don't even bother reading them.
Yeah.
However, you've guessed, I think, 2 of the screen unseens that we've been to see, and you guessed this one on 1 clue. I think even kind of pre-clue.
With the help of my fantastic wife at home.
She's not at home. She's sat right in front of us.
Yes, hi, wife.
Hi, wife.
Yes, I think it was mainly down. There was a particular clue in reference to wasn't it a particular clue in reference to a town somewhere? Littlehampton. Yeah.
The first clue was a reference to Littlehampton, and the third clue was a reference to National Treasure turning 50.
Turning 50 and Olivia Colman.
Yeah. Yeah, because I thought the clue was 50 years in the industry. She hasn't been 50 years in the industry.
No. Maybe the 2 of them together have been.
Yeah, well, yeah. Anyway, but it's so the film that we got to go and see as our screen unseen was Wicked Little Letters.
Now you haven't seen it yet because it hasn't been released. So this is your opportunity to get the lowdown on Hoedown.
Yeah, before it goes down.
Yeah.
It's released Friday.
It's released Friday. So the podcast is going out on Thursday. They get a 24-hour.
Well, it's not only out on Friday.
No, but
so they could actually go and see it after Friday.
They might do, mightn't they?
Yeah. But anyway, so we should kind of tell them about this film and see whether we recommend they do go and see it.
I think so. Yes. Let's start, shall we?
Yeah. Do you want to surmise?
It's set in 1920, and the reason why I know that, there's a calendar in the background in the kitchen continuously reminding you that it's set in 1920.
Oh, okay, and it's clearly post World War One.
Exactly, which is actually quite an important part of the story because there's lots of references to the soldiers that have fallen in World War One, and some people are using that as an excuse to do things, and other people aren't using that as an excuse to do things.
Yes.
It's just without giving anything away.
Yes. So surmise, James. Surmise. What's the story?
So, it starts. What I like about this is that the trailer is yet again slightly misleading in how the story is chopped up in the story frame.
Mm-hmm.
Because the story starts... I thought, when you look at the trailer, you get the impression that it's going to be a slow burner into these letters being delivered to what Olivia Colman's character. And then you think it's going to crescend into a big thing. But no, it starts off that if she's received... The character who's played by Olivia Colman has received over 50 letters anonymously, which are very sweary, very shouty, and very rude.
It's like I was writing to her, wasn't it?
It was.
I mean, after my last couple of weeks of film reviews and falling in love with her,
exactly.
It's like I became a bit stalkery and started...
Tourette's via post. That's what it is.
So she is the daughter to a couple...
Olivia Colman is, yes.
Yes, heading on to... the parents getting quite elderly, aren't they? And basically, she is the eldest of 11 siblings,
That's
but
right.
all the other 10 have left home.
That's right.
And she's this kind of slightly dour, frumpy, dumpy.
She's been downtrodden by her over-religious father, who's decided that she is now going to be the house servant, basically.
Yeah, and her dad's played by Timothy Spall.
Exactly.
And mother is played by Gemma Jones.
There's so many incredible... Every single actor in this film could stand alone in a movie.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
So we're kind of led to believe at the beginning of this film that their next door neighbour, who's Rose Gooding, who is played by Jessie Buckley, who was the leading actress in Men.
Yes.
And is actually a wonderful, wonderful actress.
She is.
She is fantastic. And she plays a single mother Irish immigrant.
And she unleashes her Irish accent with relish.
Oh, she does, absolutely.
Yes.
And
I think she usually dials it down in other roles, but on this one she was let loose with it.
Oh, it's beautiful. I loved watching her face, and especially her mouth.
She's open all the time.
It's just
slightly crooked.
It's brilliant. I love the way I love the way she talks in this.
Yeah.
And you're kind of led to presume that she is the author of said letters.
That's right. All fingers are pointed at her. Even she points them at herself sometimes, thinking, of course it would be me, because I'm the only one who swears like this.
Yeah.
Exactly. So she understands why everybody is accusing her virtually her next door neighbour.
Yes. They share a bath.
They share
and a toilet.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love the fact that, 1920, you would basically have a tin bath and you would share the tin bath with neighbours. And you would at her pubes. Yeah. So and also sharing the outhouse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, the bog.
That's correct. So you've got two extreme families living next to each other. You've got a overbearing religious family that uses the Bible as punishment when when Olivia Colman is misbehaving as far as the father is concerned. She has to write out a passage over 200 times. So although it's very funny, there were some very dark moments in it, I thought, and mainly because of Olivia Colman's all their incredible acting, headed by Olivia Colman. You're in the middle of crying with laughter, and then all of a sudden you realise the reason why she's acting like this is because she's been downtrodden by her overbearing father so much that his tears are welling up and so on and so forth. And obviously the story continues.
But then also, it's not just Olivia Colman's character who is... downtrodden like that, because this is in post-World War One. It's pre-suffragette.
That's right.
Women are treated totally abominably by society.
Absolutely.
And there's a female police officer, a
police officer that causes
woman police officer. Yes. What's her surname? Forgotten. Anyway, we'll come back.
But the use, I think the Moss. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah. What I love about this film is that it delivers really important messages, really quite sort of dark storyline, but with a whimsical, light heart.
Yeah, it's got layers, without a doubt.
Very much
it's
so.
It's very heartfelt. It's very, very...
It couldn't be any more British.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like Campbell Green.
It was a Film 4 production, wasn't it? It was produced by Film 4.
I think it was.
Yeah, you seem to remember. Yeah.
You can really. It was either going to be that or BBC. It had to be that sort of. So it's incredibly British, and the use of ethnic actors within certain characters, which you're looking at, they go, I'm not too sure would that be historically correct, but you're loving it because it just carries on with it, and it's not even referenced.
It's interesting you say that, because what was that? Was it Bridgerton?
Mm-hmm.
That series.
They use that.
Where they shoehorned
yes.
Lots of black actors into characters which wouldn't originally have been black.
That's right, exactly.
And
but it's never mentioned.
But it felt that felt very uncomfortable for me. It felt like overcast.
Yep.
This didn't at all. This felt very, very natural. And,
and I think I think the actors were employed on their merit and their acting. And I think purposely the directors used the ability to be able to say, well, I'm going to choose anybody in any ethnicity because A, they're fantastic actors, but also it's going to highlight certain things all the way through the movie as well.
Yeah.
That's what I felt.
Yeah.
And I felt the injustice was highlighted with a light heart, but with behind an iron claw.
Oh, here we go again.
Did I do that?
Yeah.
That was good, isn't it? So it's not. How long was the movie? Not long movie, is it?
No.
How long was the movie?
1 hour 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I think it was.
1 hour 40
Somewhere
minutes.
around about that.
So the story continues. She's been accused of writing letters.
And everyone presumes it's her, including the police.
Exactly. But you're getting this story in retrospect because obviously the police are forcing her to. The police virtually forced her to give a statement.
Which she doesn't even. They just kind of presume she's guilty. She doesn't even get a chance to speak in court. And she's put in prison and then she reaches out to woman police officer Moss.
Yes.
Who actually believes her.
Exactly.
And then goes on a detective tale to try and work out who the actual author is.
It's got that Edith Blyton sort of feel to it.
It's just cute.
Yeah, it's very cute. It's very light-hearted. And it's the production of it is beautiful. And every single character, one of my favourite characters, apart from obviously the next door neighbour, is the pig farmer.
Oh, she's fantastic.
And the pig farmer who quite frankly is very happy to admit that her personal hygiene is terrible.
Absolutely.
And it's mentioned on several occasions how bad her hygiene is.
Joanna Scanlon.
Yes. So it's everybody's in this film. I mean, right down to the police superintendent, the judge, the sergeant. Everybody is prime stock as an actor, and they're mainly comedian. They mainly come from a comedian background.
So we even the fact this is one of the busiest nights that we go to at the cinema, isn't it? It's nearly always fully booked.
That's right.
So much so that actually we didn't get to sit together in the cinema. We sat quite far apart.
I know.
In the audience for a change. I had stranger to my left, stranger to my right.
Yeah.
Both of them.
All of us are strangers.
But all of us strangers were belly laughing the whole way through it.
Absolutely.
Everyone was laughing, and everyone was laughing at different bits, the same bit. It was just. Yeah. It was laugh out loud.
Timing was
funny
perfect. Yeah, very much so. So yeah, I personally think it's a film that should definitely be watched at the cinema. What day of the week would you watch it?
I think it's a Sunday night movie.
I 100% agree with you.
It's heartwarming. It's comedic.
It's a cup of cocoa and a bit of a belly chuckle.
Yeah.
But done with really good actors. I mean, really, really good actors.
But then also, if you're watching it with your kids as well, they are going to be loving the fact that there's a fuck and a bollocks and a twat.
Oh, there's so much swearing in it, but it's an. I think I think in a way the swearing that is used, coming from Irish stock, the swearing to me is portrayed in a very Irish way. So there's no malice. There's intent of malice. It's not really malice. It is literally just a bombardment of...
Yeah, it wouldn't be considered malicious today.
No.
But in those days, it's enough to...
Oh, you showed your ankles.
It is. I mean, it does. It highlights another time.
Yes.
But, what I came out thinking... I mean, the oppression towards women in this film is, like, really, really stark. And the way that... police officer Moss is treated by her male colleagues.
Absolutely.
And the way that the women characters are treated by the police men in this it's abominable, and to think that that's actually within our grandparents'
what we
lifetime.
haven't mentioned is that this is a true story. It's based on a true story.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the story went right up to the Prime Minister had to mention it in Parliament.
Yeah, because it did get quite national
story.
at one point, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I really, really enjoyed it. I think everybody in the cinema really enjoyed it. What's your marks out of 10?
I gave this 7.5.
That's incredibly high score for you.
Yeah, it's just it ticked all the boxes, and we always say that we prefer it when we go to a cinema and we don't know anything about the movie, but considering we have watched 24 movies before this one, it's been trailed quite a lot.
It has.
And I have to say, I was praying that this was the film we were going to see, because I've been really
it's
waiting to
see it. It's
see
just as
it.
good as the trailer pretend.
100%.
Almost better, because the darkness is not... The darkness and the serious side of it is not portrayed in the advert at all.
No, and obviously the trailer gives you a lot of the funny sound bites, but there are still so many more.
Yeah,
and then the depth of the story and the caramel of the story comes through in the long version.
And you can really see they're enjoying themselves.
100%.
Really, really, and you appreciate that as a consumer.
And Jessie Buckley is an absolute mega star in the making.
She is.
I mean, considering the first thing I saw her in was Men, and thought she was, and I thought she was inspirational in that. This is
different layer.
Amazing, absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
So what are you going to give this?
I'm giving it 8.5.
Are you? Wow.
I really, really liked it.
Oh, we loved it too.
Yeah. So what's a joint score with that?
So you add it together and divide it by 2. That makes it a big 8.0. That's a big score.
That's a big score. Deserved though.
Yeah.
As a comedy, as something that's not horror, as something that's not sci-fi, and something that's not mentally engaging when it comes to darkness.
It's just.
I think, yeah.
It's a really easy watch, and do you know what? I think that's going to be a struggle to beat. That's a big old number.
And deserved,
Yeah,
I think. So.
Very, very deserved.
Go and watch.
Wicked Little Letters.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I thought you wanted to read out fuck again.
Yeah, do that as well.
Fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay, so this is the moment in the podcast
Absolutely.
where you turn around to me and say, "What homework did I set you this week, Peter?"
What homework did I send you this week, Peter?
So you set me 2 bits of homework.
Yes.
One of them was Requiem to a Dream,
Yep.
of a Dream,
For
with
a
a
dream.
dream, for a dream. And I started watching it, and I'll be honest, I had a really busy week, and I got to the end of the bit where it's still kind of like bearable to watch, and then I just thought, I'm not going to.
The wheels started falling off, and you thought, I've had
Yeah,
enough.
exactly
Yeah.
right.
And this is forgiven because you've seen this before.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will finish it.
I mean,
and
it's a really good film.
I will come back and talk about it.
You've got to be in the right mood to watch this film, because it starts off quite sort of like teenage drugs, and the mum's drugs, and the other people with drugs.
It's like the butterfly effect.
Yes.
Or something along those type of lines.
To a certain extent, but I just think it just gets so... There are just no rules at the end about how dark it can go at the end.
Keeps going.
Yeah.
And going.
Exactly.
And going.
Yeah.
When his mother's chewing
What
her
mark
own
are you going to give it?
Requiem of a Dream, for a Dream.
Yeah.
No, we're going to review that at another date, I think.
Okay.
I want to get to the end of it again, so I can give it like a proper full-on synopsis.
Let's get on to Primer.
Okay, so the other film you set me was Primer, which is one I've never ever heard of before.
Can I just... The way I see it, it's a low-key, highly intellectual time travel movie, which never really goes anywhere, but also goes everywhere at the same time.
Okay, so the the brief synopsis is this: there are 4 friends, stroke colleagues, who are all scientific engineers.
That's right.
They all have jobs in scientific engineering companies.
Mm-hmm.
However, they think that they can stumble upon something which is beyond their remit at work, because they're quite intelligent people.
Yeah.
And they're not afraid to nick a bit of kit from work and try and put something together.
Like everybody's guilty of that.
Exactly.
Sooner or later.
That's right, the pencils and the
That's right, exactly.
sellotape. They nick plutonium.
They do,
and
yes.
argon gas
And wire.
stuff. And 2 of them decide to kind of splinter off and try and create something, and they do. And I'm being quite vague about this,
Because it is vague.
It's the whole film is incredibly mumbly and incredibly vague, and it's like a dialogue between these 2 main characters the whole way through, and I don't really understand what happens at all.
I know.
I've watched... Okay, so I've never done this before, yeah?
Yes.
So I watched it.
Yes.
And I finished it.
Yeah, and then rewatched
And I
it.
panicked.
Yeah.
Because I knew that I had to talk about this film. And I didn't have a clue what happened in it. I don't understand what happened. So I watched it a second
There's
time.
a start, a middle, and the end, and everything. But you're watching it, and they're going, "What order has it all gone in?
And
how does it?"
So then I went up to London yesterday.
Yeah.
I watched it again on the train on the way up on my phone with headphones
You
on.
watched it 3 times.
I've watched it 4 times. I finished work early today. I shut my office door and I watched the second half again, thinking I must have fallen asleep 3 times at the same point in the movie.
Yeah,
because I still don't understand what the hell's going on. So they create they create this thing which basically starts off looking like it can generate electricity.
Yes.
And it doesn't.
No.
And then it can accelerate the production of protein.
That's right.
But what they then realise this thing actually does,
By accident, almost.
by accident, is it's a time travel machine.
That's right.
And then
You crazy duck.
yeah, but that's when it kind of starts going weird because one of them has clearly already worked out that it was a time travel machine.
Because he's come.
He's there twice, and he has to tell the other one that this is going to blow your mind. Please don't panic. But this is actually. It's better than a protein generating machine. Because look, through these binoculars, there I am.
Yep.
And he's just like, what on earth is going on?
Exactly.
And from that point on, I think you should take over the surmising of this film, because I honestly haven't got a fucking clue what happens from then on in. There's a bit about reference to a shotgun, there's a reference to his partner that he doesn't want to tell about this. Someone's following them, but then they're not following them, and then he's lying on the ground. I just don't understand any of it.
There's so many layers to this film, and this actor is quite famous for writing, directing, and acting in his own films.
So it is directed by Shane Carruth.
That's correct.
It's written by Shane Carruth.
That's right.
It stars Shane Carruth.
That's correct. He loves a bit of it.
He loves a bit of Shane Carruth, doesn't he? I mean, it's like a Shane Carruth wankathon.
It is. And all of his films are like this. Okay, and I've got another couple of films for you in the future.
Please don't. Anything but. So this is. I'm shocked. Okay, Nikki would normally tell us at this point, wait, it's won 4 awards, including a sword. And sorry, Nikki, I know you don't speak like that. This has won 4 awards.
I know.
It's been nominated for a further 7.
Exactly.
The tagline is, if you always want what you can't have, what do you want when you can have anything?
Exactly.
Oh, fuck off, Shane Carruth. That is like, seriously, just fuck off. I've watched this film 4 fucking times. I still don't have a clue what's going on.
The underlying story is
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Well, to a certain extent, but what it is, it really focuses on the humanity at the end of the day. So you've got these 2 scientists who stumble upon this accidental time machine that they've created because they were creating something else and there's an accident. And then, as the time goes on, or time goes forwards and backwards continuously, you realise that they're both starting to work independently by themselves, and actually starting working with versions of themselves to get rid of the other one because they want to have
an exclusive thing.
Exactly, and it is actually a really basic story, but because of the way it's been portrayed, and it is a very mumbly film, it's very sort of highbrow but low. Sort of production, incredibly, and all done on purpose.
There's a bit where they're talking in a water fountain.
Yes,
that's the most annoying bit of cinema
you can't hear it at all.
I've ever seen ever.
I know.
It's so.
I put the subtitles onto it.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. It was just so irritating.
But there was a wonderful moment where you realise the how dark a human being can go, where they go up to the loft. He goes up to the loft. And he sees all the dead bodies of said person. Because in a very similar way to Triangle, just basically knock them off.
It's a loop.
It's a loop.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely. And you can basically... It's like Groundhog Day. Like, you know, when he's trying to work out the best way to get out of Groundhog Day, and he just tries something slightly different every day.
Just do an ice sculpture, that's what I say.
Exactly. Exactly right. Yeah. But yeah, so...
Or learn to play the piano. Or any of that.
It is all of that, absolutely.
And it's funny you say that because Groundhog Day is one of my favourite films of all time.
Yeah, it was better than this. How many times have you watched this?
About 6 times.
But when did you get it?
I got it the second time. The third time was with... The first time I was blown away by it completely. The second film he's done is all to do with pigs and lilies. And it's very interesting. Oh. So the second film he's made is where a farmer's growing lilies. And he realises that the water from the lilies, when you're flushing the lilies out, goes into a stream. And then if you drink the water from the stream, then because there's a pig at the other end of the stream, you are actually living the life of the pig.
I don't like this man.
He's very good. I like him a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
yes.
So I have to score this film.
You do.
Based on the fact that I've realised I'm not very smart.
No, I disagree with you completely.
Well, this is what
you
I'm
are very smart.
But this is what I'm basing my score on, because I don't...
Was that you?
I don't understand this film at all, and I don't know how many... I don't think if I watched it a million times I would get it. And I don't think I'd find it any less annoying.
I think that's what the point. I think if it's just like swimming. If you think too much about it, it's difficult. And if you get annoyed about it, you're not going to get it.
See, now I'm thinking about swimming.
And pigs. And lilies. What's your score?
My score's 6.5. No,
okay, well, that's quite generous.
No, it's not. I wrote 6. It's not. I'm going to give it a 6. It's an interesting thing, okay? But I really didn't enjoy it. And I think the fact that I've watched it 4 times and I still don't understand it.
I'm so proud of you watching it 4 times.
Well, no, because I had to actually come here and speak about it to some degree. And I was going to just sit here and say nothing.
I didn't.
And just literally just wait for you to go, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because you should really talk about this film. Because honestly, it was, don't see this film. Go and see Groundhog Day, is what I would say. So I'm scoring this a big fat 6.
Okay.
And
it's better than 5.
It's better than 5.
Yeah.
It's better than Swim Fan.
It's better than Marvels.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's better than Argyle.
Yeah, it's better than a lot of...
Exactly. Yeah. So I'd still recommend if you're in need of a twing in the brain and you need something just to give your brain a bit of a...
So if you understood Tenet...
Yes.
Yeah. So if you got the concept of Tenet, this is your type of
red
film.
And blue Tenet. Yeah. It's all to do with red and blue.
Yes, we know that. You say that every time about Tenet. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
6.
So 6.
6.
So we'll jot those scores down and stick them on our leaderboard. And now I guess I'm going to have to ask you to set me some new homework.
I am. We're going to go on. We're going to continue on an Olivia Colman fest.
Oh, okay.
See,
I don't mind that.
That's perked you up, hasn't it?
It has. I'm falling in love with Olivia Colman.
Exactly.
And can we have Jessie Buckley in it as well?
No.
Okay.
She's not in it.
All right. Shame.
There is a movie where you can have both as well. Yeah.
And she plays a version of herself.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's called The Lost Daughter.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, can that be my homework, please?
No, that's going to be my recommendation for everybody else.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Yes. The Lost Daughter, because it's all connected, you see. So Jessie Buckley and Olivia Colman play the same character in The Lost Daughter.
What, as they did in Wicked Little Letters?
No. So The Lost Daughter is it's a modern day tragedy film with it's all to do with loss, and it's to do with heartbreak, and Olivia Colman just plays this role so beautifully. It's not a happy story, but it definitely it's got moments of genius all the way through it. And you get angry, and you get sad, and you get drawn in by Olivia Colman, and she plays this very sort of solitary character, and yet and she does exactly what she does best. She starts off at a certain level, and you realise how layered her character is, and it just gets more and more layered as the film goes on.
She's an onion.
She is. She's like a giant onion. However, your homework is an Olivia Colman film. Okay, have you ever seen? Now, I'll be honest with you. I knew about this film a long, long time ago, and I purposely didn't watch it because there's only so much moisture in my body that I can get rid of at one time.
Really?
Yes.
Is it 25 centilitres?
You're going to cry so much. Okay.
Yep.
You're going to sob. You're going to shout at the television screen. You're going to get really upset. And then it's going to be moments where you're just going to feel a little bit tender. You get little breathing points halfway through. It's a film about domestic violence. It's a film about finding a soulmate in the most unexpected place you would ever expect to find a soulmate. It's about people finding a meaning in their life so that they change their personality to the better. So they become an enforcer of the good. And it's also it's a beautiful British film, and there's tiny moments of laughter in it, particularly when Olivia Colman's talking about her past and so on and so forth. It's a film called Tyrannosaurus.
Okay.
Tyrannosaur.
Yeah, I have not seen it.
You have not seen it. I purposely did not watch it for a long time because I thought it won. It's been nominated for many awards. Okay. Yes, I want you to come back and tell me all about it.
Awesome, can't wait.
Right, that's your homework.
Fantastic.
In and out, shake it all about.
There we go. So we actually finished this podcast.
Yes.
We didn't go too left field.
No, we didn't. How long have we gone?
We don't do that on this. We do it after.
35 minutes.
There we go.
The viewers and listeners are going to be over the moon. It's going to be half the length as normal.
Right, now, shall we talk about the Tom Hardy favourites that we were going to do the other day?
We could do, but we haven't got time tonight. But we are planning to do a Tom Hardy special, aren't we?
Yeah, that's going to be our first actor special, isn't it? Because we got a little bit giddy and Nicky Thatcher basically pulled us back. And we thought, actually, what would be quite good is rather than doing homework one week, we would actually just talk about an actor and talk about our favourite of their films.
Now, do you think we should hold back and wait until that actor has got a film that he's releasing? For instance, he's going to be in the Harley Davidson movie.
That comes out in June.
In June.
Yeah.
Okay, that's too late.
Yeah, so no.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll do it before then.
Yeah.
We'll do it in 2-3 weeks.
We'll do it as a precursor to that.
Yeah, in 2-3 weeks we'll be going to be doing a Tom Hardy special. If you have any Tom Hardy movies you'd like us to talk about, get in contact with us via Instagram and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Or via
favourite Tom Hardy moments.
Exactly, or via Instagram and via YouTube as well. That'd be lovely.
Beautiful.
And if anybody's got any comments about any films that they've seen recently, or if they've got any reviews themselves, they'd like to get in contact with us. We've been contacted weekly by the fantastic Leo. Thank you very much, Leo.
Oh, I've booked a ticket for him to come and see June with us.
Perfect.
So he's going to be our special guest.
Good. Okay then. Yeah, we look forward to June too.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's us done.
Is that what we've done?
Yeah.
Would you like to pop us out? Popcorn Pundits
Podcast. Episode 17.
Episode 17. Over and out.
Cheers, guys.